What is up, y'all? It's Thursday. Welcome back to the Jest stream there is on the internet. It's your boy. I definitely just took these lights out and figured out that they are dead. So we're going to talk a little bit, right? Why do gloving companies suck? Why is that? Why do they just there's so many good light show companies out there. You know, there's like Flow Toys, and there's so many good, useful, speaking of gloving companies that suck, throw lights. There it is. Okay. Got some gloves here from a long dead gloving company called Amazing Lights. That's fun. I'm going to put my VORTEX wires in them. You'll have to excuse my voice. I'm a bit getting over just being sick. Probably sound like death right now, so that'll be fun. Let's play some music, huh? I found this song. You guys watch Star Wars Visions yet? Because there's a episode of Star Wars Visions called, what is it called? From the Stars, I think. She's got an Imperial Workshop because of the channel like yours. Hey, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Get the spins. Spins are cool. Definitely check out channels like Michelle C. Smith and Spinning Spades because they have the best teaching materials on the internet. You can also stick around to my channel. I will be having another tutorial, 3 spins, Jedi Won't Teach You video coming up in the next week or 2. I'm almost done with it. Go check out the one I already published. All that good stuff. But check out this song. This song just hits me somehow. This melody is directly from Star Wars Visions. Directly from Star Wars Visions. Oh yeah, Spades is good. Spades is one of probably the most talented specifically contact flow and contact juggling artists I've ever seen, with the exception of Tito Sai. Tito Sai is that small Asian guy with the actual metal flow swords that you'll see on the internet periodically going viral. He is absolutely insane, but Spinning Spades has the best teaching material that I've seen on contact juggling in general. So definitely check that out. And thanks for stopping by for as long as you do. But yeah, why do gloving companies suck? We got so many, crooks in the community. Why is that? It seems like, even Amazing, who lasted for 10 plus years, people started to just hate them towards the end of their life cycle because of their activities, their decisions, their choices, their products. I just do not understand. Training Kendo. Kendo will absolutely transfer to Saber. Fun fact, Kendo is the original lightsaber technique. So when George was designing his lightsaber fights, he was designing them after kendo fights and fencing fights. So it absolutely will transfer good on you for training something real before you move into the fantasy. Yeah, actually, if you look at the original trilogy fights, there's definitely that that sort of feel to it. Kind of mixed the ideas of kendo and fencing, and wanted to, because that original fight between Vader and Obi-Wan, right? That was not a fast-paced, like, Star Wars-esque duel in the sense that you might remember or might think of them. But yeah, there's so many good light companies. There's great lightsaber companies. Saberflux makes incredible things. Imperial Workshop makes incredible things. Bendu Armory. Then there's great Flow Toy websites. You know, literally Flow Toys makes incredible things. Wizards of Flow. Even Stone Orbits, who isn't a gloving company, makes better gloving products for glovers than anything else gloving has been fielding these days. It's just so pee-pee-poo-poo, whatnot. How's it going? Hey, Joseph. How's it going, buddy? Who's my favorite Jedi and favorite Sith? Favorite Sith it's actually convenient because they're my two favorite characters right now in Star Wars. Favorite Sith Lord is Darth Revan. Obviously, the colors match my colors. His red and purple sabers red and purple are my brand colors, so to speak. So obviously I've got deep love and respect for Revan. Even though I never played the KOTOR games, I eventually am probably going to try to go back and do that. And my favorite Jedi character is Ahsoka Tano. Believe it or not, my favorite Star Wars character is a strong female character. Who would have thought, Disney? Who would have fucking thought? You give a character time and a character arc and the ability to relate to an audience in a real way, and people will like that character. It doesn't matter what they have as itty bits. I promise. Ahsoka's such a good character, though. I can't wait for the Ahsoka show. It's all 100% written by Dave Filoni, which gives me so much hope and optimism for the future of Star Wars, Disney Star Wars even. So I would love to do some lightsaber spinning on this channel on lives. The only reason that I haven't really done that so much is my setup for streaming is more of an inside thing for YouTube, and I can definitely stream on TikTok inside as well. I've been streaming games on TikTok. But trying to get the YouTube stuff outside to spin lightsabers is kind of a pain unless I just do it with streaming straight from the GoPro itself. It's always hard though. I have to choose between going live on TikTok and going live on YouTube. Maybe I'll just make a habit of picking days to go live on each one. Made a Star Destroyer lightsaber, and my uncle used to work at a build shop. I bet that was dope. Bet that Star Destroyer lightsaber was dope as fuck. It's actually really cool because if you work at a metal fabrication plant, you literally can build any kind of lightsaber you want. You really can. Just if you know how to lathe, you can build a lightsaber for sure. But yeah, guys, this is what I did before I did lightsaber spins. I'm training gloving light shows for over 10 years. I wrote a book on gloving light shows, the only book on gloving light shows there is. Well, define self-taught. What is self-taught? Did I go out of my way to find all of the resources and people who I needed to teach me what I wanted to do? Yeah, I definitely did that. I didn't really have anyone drop any knowledge in my lap, and I never really had... Am I self-taught with a saber? Yes, absolutely. You know, like I said, I went out of my way to look at specific resources. But when it comes to being self-taught, I'm of the mindset that no one else can teach you. Unless I don't know if that makes sense. No one else can teach you until you're ready to subject yourself to actually learning. And in order to do that, you need to know how to go about learning a new thing first. And I don't know if it's like a mentality thing, but like when it comes to learning, especially skills, tactile skills, you just have to do it. You just have to get the repetitions in, and you have to have a mindset of, you know, if I fuck up, I'm not just gonna give up. I need to figure out why I did something wrong and fix the problem. So, well, thank you. I appreciate the sentiment very much. Self-expression has been, you know, kind of more or less the flow art mantra for years and years and years, and even before flowing with lightsabers, I've been doing light shows, so. Yeah, the other problem with live spinning, I think, is it's really dependent on space. And living out of an RV, right now I'm definitely not going to be able to just go outside and spin at the moment. I gotta find myself a good spot, so that's a huge factor in that too. On month 7 of making a plasma gauntlet, I saw something like that on, there's a Facebook group called Custom Sabers, and there was this dude who built this glove, and it had like 2 sabers that came out of it. And I think there's something in Legends that like has that like effect to it, so it's definitely possible. I'd like to see that. I think there was a like concept art of Plo Koon wielding a saber gauntlet. Are you making a real, actual functioning plasma gauntlet that shoots out plasma, or are you just making like a lightsaber, like a toy? Because that's a huge difference. Vio in the chat, welcome Wrench. Yeah, we made it back to Texas, so I moved my shit up here for a little bit. We're gonna try a different little bit of a setup in the back, so won't be streaming in the back for a while, I don't think. Rare whites. Yeah, I got the amazing whites on right now. These are limited edition now. They weren't before, but they are now. So, bougie. Man, if I had a character in the Star Wars universe, what kind of character would I be? Man, if I had to choose, it would be some cool shit. But I would most likely end up as some like Nikto bike gang or some like slave boy on the casino planet. I don't know, man. I probably don't have that great of luck. But if I had to choose, if I could build like a D&D style character for, you know, the Star Wars that I could then just like into the body of, man, it would have to be, I would probably follow something similar to Anakin's story where he's trained by the Jedi or found late but trained by the Jedi, and then maybe not necessarily like duped into turning to the dark side by the Emperor, but like finding something about man, I don't know. Revan's story is just really good. Revan's story is you gotta think, man. The man went to the dark side and switched the entire Republic's infrastructure into a empire, not to destroy the galaxy, but to save it, and to save it from the true Sith who are out to let everything just crumble to ruin and then come in and take control by throwing the Force out of balance. I don't know, man. Revan's important. Revan's story is important. So I'd love to build a character that, you know, had to walk both sides in order to see the true nature of the Force. 100% Sith. That's valid. Sith are cooler than Jedi. That's just true. You get to look way cooler than a space monk. Meet your Surik. Meet your Surik is very important. I actually, the last night of Star Wars night at Disneyland, there was a girl dressed up as Bastila Shaw. And I had to do a double take because I was like, is that who she's dressed as? She's the only person. There was one person dressed up as Revan, and then there was one other person dressed up as Bastila, and I was just like, wow, that's commitment, actually. Wouldn't mind being like a Yoda. Being of that species would be super cool. Grogu's story is great, obviously. Cute little character. Old Dave won't be here tonight. He is at Infrasound. That's right. He let me know that. I should be at Infrasound right now, but unfortunately it was not in the cards. We couldn't find an RV pass. So, you know, oh well, next time I guess. Not gonna go on a camping trip anymore if I can't drive my house there. It just doesn't make sense. Being a Mando Jedi. Being a Mando Jedi would be OP, but being a Mando Sith, that's even more OP, my guy. I can't wait to see like a Mando force-wielding Mando using some kind of lightsabers as a bounty hunter that gets like recruited by the Sith and turned into a Sith assassin, but then overpowers them because he's, you know, a Mandalorian and he don't take no shit. That'd be so cool. He took my power brick, ate all the Italian food, and left town. Wow. Wow, not the leftovers. Not the leftovers. You can't just eat the leftovers and dip. That is rude. God, imagine Grogu going Sith though. There would be no. If Grogu went Sith, Well, first of all, couldn't have happened within the span of the sequels, obviously, because, well, we don't know what happens to Grogu yet, so maybe it does. But the point I'm making is he would just absolutely manhandle the weakened Sith, the weakened body of the cloned Emperor, absolutely destroy the Emperor. But no, I don't see them ever letting Grogu do too much in the dark side. I mean, they had that instance in the first season. They had that instance in the first season where Grogu choked out what's her name, but it's definitely not something you can expect to see, really. What color do you think his lightsaber is going to be? You think they broke the darksaber for a reason? Because I do. He's going to take the darksaber crystal and he's going to make that his lightsaber. You mark my words. You mark my words. They broke the darksaber. They broke the darksaber because they wanted to take it away from being a curse of the Mandalorian people. Well, how else could they restore the saber to the culture without having it being a curse than with the new Mandalorian Jedi who can live for 1,000 fucking years so people can't take the thing from him? That is what's gonna happen. And if they don't do that, I'll be, I guess I can't really be upset because it's not my story. And, you know, I'm done being upset at Disney for ruining Star Wars sequels. I'm done with that. Okay, I'm just trying to enjoy the rest of what they give us with Star Wars because I love Star Wars. But yeah, they really should take the darksaber and give the crystal to Grogu. Unless he makes, yeah, I mean, more or less. They very well could just fumble. They've done great things with Grogu, but they could still fumble it. I don't know. As long as Dave is in charge and Jon Favreau, you know, is involved, I don't think they're going to make any more shitty Disney projects. If they don't give control over those two, it could, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like I said, though, I'm just trying to enjoy whatever they give me because Star Wars is fun. It's fantasy about space wizard ninja monks and their adversaries who wield light up, not Disney, well, yeah, it is Disney, but light up plasma swords and attack each other with it. Shadow Wizard Money Gang, that's right. Space Wizard Money Gang. Space Wizard Credit Gang. How many years have I been spinning now? I'm actually just over a year. I got my lightsabers from Saberflux on February 14th of 2022. I know that because the full first year of spinning lightsabers, of spinning in general, I made sure to post something every day. Now, most of it got taken down by now, but I did. I posted something every day for a year. But yeah, it's like I said, it's all about knowing how to learn something when you start learning something. If you understand the process is learn the steps, the correct steps, before you go out there and just start bullshitting, you will have so much more success with whatever it is you're learning than guess and checking your way into your skill set, your habits is really what's more accurate. So when you say, am I self-taught? Yeah, because this last year I've done nothing but just go out there and spin. But also, before I go out there and spin, is I look at specific videos and think to myself, okay, what am I trying to learn tonight? And is it feasible? And I practice those things until I hit them once. And once I've hit them once, the next night I'll practice it until I can hit it 3 times in a row. And if I can do that, that means I've figured out how to do it. I can do it consistently, because 3 is a pattern, right? So that's how I go about learning every one of the tricks that I've learned. Is just start simply by watching someone go over the steps, mimic the steps until I understand it, and then do it in a repetitious pattern until I'm comfortable with it. That's how you learn anything, really. Yeah, you definitely want to start with the basic movements, figuring out how to roll your wrist over consistently in the right directions, making sure you can, do the wrist actions, figuring out the Obi-Ante pattern, which actually, believe it or not, is just like this. This is what you're doing with the Obi-Ante pattern. Fun fact. Yeah, once you figure all that stuff out, it is a lot easier. What's my favorite kind of saber style? So, like, are you talking like what's my favorite form, or do you mean what's my favorite like hilt design? I suppose there's a couple different ways I can answer that question. I could just answer both the questions. My favorite form would probably be Juyo, Ataru, and Jarkai. But my favorite hilt design would obviously be like a pike style, like a long hilted one blade. I also got a short staff from Saberflux that I put a blade on one side and a really short like dagger blade on the other side, so it looks like it's just like a vent on the bottom. I would really like a lightsaber like that. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine like instead of a crossguard vent, you just have just like a little like knob blowing out the bottom of your lightsaber. So it'd be, instead of a double blade, you just have like a jab point on your pommel. Keep clicking these buttons by accident, changing the music. Yeah, like a halberd saber where it's like a huge like an axe handle, like a long handle and then an axe blade on the top and like a pokey out the top with the lightsaber. That'd be pretty cool. I'm actually genuinely pissed off that Disney gave us, I gotta stop saying that, man. Disney gave us what they gave us, okay? But they wasted another opportunity, another simple opportunity to make a unique lightsaber. Because this part of the hilt of Rey's lightsaber, this is Rey's lightsaber, obviously. This part of Rey's lightsaber comes from the end of her scrapper walking stick. Not a lot of people realize that, but this is literally just the tip of her scrapper walking stick. They could have just given her a fucking big ass, long ass acro style lightsaber that she could have used. Like, that would have been so cool. Like, why didn't they do that? She's been using the big ass stick the whole series. Why would you give her a small lightsaber now? Yeah, I get it. Okay, she was using the Skywalker lightsaber. That's what she's trained with. But no, that's not what she's trained with. Most of her training was done with the staff her whole life. It makes no sense that they didn't give her a saber staff of some kind. God, a pike, exactly, a saber pike for Rey. Please, Disney. Please, Disney. At least make it so that she can screw it onto the end of her staff, you know? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's almost as if they didn't have a plan for the movies and they just kind of gave it to three directors and hoped for the best. And what's so funny is they didn't even give it to 3 directors. They were gonna give it to 3 directors, and then instead they gave it to the original director. They gave it back to the original director because they were like, well, we don't like what you gave us. And the worst part about it, did you see the script? Did you see the script leaks for Duel of the Fates? The movie that episode 9 was supposed to be? Because holy shit, that would have been so cool. And instead they gave us... Man, I gotta stop roasting Disney. Hey Disney, wanna give me a job? Oh, listen, I can be critical of Disney and still appreciate what they give us and hope for the best of Star Wars in the future. I think those two worlds aren't mutually exclusive. I'm a Disney, very passionate Star Wars fan who wishes Disney would have thought a little bit more about what they gave us instead of just going for a cash grab. Which, okay, it's fine. It's your property. Do what you want. Oh yeah, you're talking about the deleted Dooku scenes and the deleted lightsaber fights. Yeah, the Saber Comp fan films. It's just so clear to me that Disney doesn't want to do as much work on the lightsaber fighting as Lucas did in the past. Because if they literally, there's so many resources that they could draw from and that they stopped drawing from when they started making those movies. But we're just gonna keep putting out cool shit until Disney is like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll put cool shit in our movie too. That's what I think. I think that's the only logical thing to do is to keep making cool stuff and hope Disney reaches out to you, right? Yeah, I played a live playthrough of Survivor just recently. I'm halfway through my New Game Plus on that, and I'll probably end up streaming it tonight a little bit on TikTok. I think my gaming streaming is going to go mostly on TikTok. This channel is technically supposed to be for Gloving, but I've been posting my lightsaber stuff here, and it's been growing it way more than Gloving ever has or ever will. Sorry, Gloving, I love you, but lightsabers are just cooler, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to stream some games on this channel maybe eventually, but this Thursday is supposed to be for Gloving, and I don't want to drown that out with a lot of game streams. And more popular, yeah, it just is. It just is. Never got into Star Wars, but here's the thing. I mean, you don't have to be into Star Wars to be like, yeah, lightsabers are cool, and lightsaber fights are cool, and lightsaber spinning is cool. I mean, the giant glow stick spinning around your neck, what's not cool about that? Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, spinning is good stuff. Spinning is what I very much enjoy doing. If it wasn't so blustery hot outside right now, I would probably try to be doing a spinning stream. Maybe soon, especially with my computer where it is now. It's probably a little easier to get it outside, or to get, not the computer, but to get the camera outside. Because yeah, my camera is just a GoPro on a tripod, so this is what I'm looking at. That's you guys. That's you guys. What's up? So, anywho, that's fun. I could bring my tripod camera outside and do some spinning, but it's so hot, and I don't have space right by my door yet. So, have you ever thought about incorporating rope with movement so you can illusion that you're doing the saber throws? There is what's called saber flow throw. Throw sabers. They, man, it's not flow sabers, but it's throw sabers, I think it is called actually. They make an elastic wristband, or a wristband with an elastic line that you can, like, with a circular grommet that screws onto your lightsaber so that you could do stuff like that. So yeah, I've definitely thought about it. It wouldn't work for my lightsabers in particular, my long saber fluxes. I think it's called throw saber. Let me look. Let's look it up, shall we? I don't think we're gonna find what we're looking for doing that. So let's try this differently. Saber flow. The flow throw saber. That's what it is. It's called the flow throw saber. So go on Facebook. This guy makes make these real cool levy wand effects so that you can do the saber throws. Obviously, yeah, I've considered getting one. They're like $400 though. I mean, obviously that's normal. That's a pretty solid normal price for a lightsaber, but yeah, boomerang stuff basically. Absolutely very cool stuff. Yeah, definitely look into them. Like I said, the Flow Throw Saber on Facebook is the best way to find them. I have no idea if they have an actual website. I suppose we could do another looky look here. Flow Throw Saber. Yeah, it's Facebook only. So you could probably buy one from them if you go through Facebook. flowthrowsaber@gmail.com. I would suggest emailing them. Tell them Jest sent you. Not that that's gonna do anything. I just, you never know. Where did my music go? But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. If you're still here, tap the screen, share the stream. Oh wait, that's for TikTok. Like the stream, share the stream, all that good stuff. We got another 20 minutes. We got another 20-ish minutes that we're gonna do some lighty fingers. Yeah. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them. I was talking a little bit about why gloving companies suck, and it really is just made mainly because, for the most part, crooks run gloving companies, and the ones that crooks don't run, either just they don't make good products, or they haven't cared about the community in a long time. And I don't know, man, it just seems like we need someone Stone to step in and make something that glovers can be proud of. I think that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah? So I know Stone is up to no good. He usually is. And by no good, I mean all the good. And yeah, I just would love to see the other companies, particularly the ones not run by douchebags, to step up and do something cool. Yeah, but if the shoe fits, wear it, I guess. I don't know. Can you fill me a little on the crook situation? It sounds like something I should know about. I mean, without naming names, there are, what, 2, 3 gloving companies right now? Throw lights, LED gloves, and does Futuristic Lights still exist? And I have heard so much drama about the owners of all 3 of these companies that it's so painful to engage in the gloving community anymore, because it just feels like there's no one doing anything good. And I know that's not true, because there's guys like Stone Orbits and LED Cat and some people who are just, maintaining, selling the old school type products, but there's nothing new coming from anyone good. There's nothing new coming from any good gloving company. The only person making good stuff right now, making new things, good new things, is Stone Orbits. And he's an orbiter. He's an orbit company. He's making orbit chips. He's making chips for orbiters. I don't mind that, obviously. If it's a good product, it's a good product. It doesn't matter what it's originally for, but I just think it's so silly. I got introduced to Web3 through flow lights. It was great vibes at first. It went south real quick. See, then you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the crook situation with gloving companies. Like, throw lights is one of the big ones that people just have so many bad horror stories to talk about. It's just, it's not even, it's impossible to give them the benefit of the doubt now. Yeah. Yeah, Web3 is a volatile workspace as it is. Obviously, it's got a future, but that future is still growing and still ironing out growing pains for sure. So having that mixed with gloving drama, oh my god, that sounds like not fun to me. Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's the thing about having a bad experience is you'll still learn something. You'll probably learn more than if you have a good experience. That's just true. At least the lightsabers have been pretty dope lately. You know, listen, the lightsaber community is so much better than the gloving community, because the lightsaber companies that engage in shady practices like stealing people's videos and using them as ads and doing scams just get called out immediately and ripped to shreds. And I've had really good experiences getting things from lightsaber companies for just a few videos that I had to make for them, and that's so much better as a sponsorship model than whatever, and than anything I did as a glover. As a glover, I was a glorified marketer for the company, and I basically made code sales, and it was pretty ridiculous. Granted, I ended up doing a very good job of it and making a lot of money from the code sales without having to do as much work due to like code memes and shit. But still, the point is, when you're acting as a marketer for the company, you don't have more opportunities to do what you love, which is content creation. You have to focus on marketing and making sales, and it's silly. So also, to the public eye, lightsabers equals Star Wars and gloving equals drugs. Even though there's much more to it, I feel like the public eye is stuck on it. Yeah, I mean, there's just always going to be that level of stigma in and around gloving because of where it was born and what it was grown into. Plus the fact that I've said this a number of times, and I just think it's so very true that I'm going to keep saying it. When you see someone spinning a lightsaber and throwing it across their body and catching it and spinning it around their neck and doing all sorts of acrobatics, you think that's a fucking Jedi. That is a real space ninja right in front of you. But when you see someone putting LEDs on their hands, you think, oh yeah, that's par for the course. He's probably just trying to be like that magician's show or something along, if it's that good. Or at worst, there goes another fucking rave hippie who fried his brain on MDMA. Those are the two tiers, you know, two extremes of what you could get. And it's just like, it is what it is. I mean, I will always love gloving. I wrote the book on it. I love it. It's been a passion of mine for 10 years, but there's just some things you gotta recognize, and you gotta be self-aware. You always have to be self-aware. So when I perform, I like more freeform dance with gloves rather than light shows directly to the face. More in my element. See, that is precisely how I feel about giving light shows. Like when you're giving a light show, you're taking the props and you're taking the space and you're using it in order to paint a four-dimensional picture to music, right? way gloving started as this get straight in your face, hyper close, and try to fuck someone up thing, like, yeah, okay, it can be fun if you're in that mindset. You know, I've been there, done that. I can't say that I haven't been there and experienced what they're talking about, but like, there's no artistry to that. It's literally just get as fucked up as possible. And maybe there's an artistry to getting as fucked up as possible. You know, there can be an argument to that, but like, there's so much more to gloving than it's at its face. And when I say at its face, like literally when it's at its face. So when did you get into spinning? So I mentioned that I started on my brain just shut off for a second. I started on Valentine's Day of 2022 and started doing spins every single day since then. I had been wanting to get a lightsaber since 2015 when I saw this one online produced by flowsabers.com. This is the original flow saber. This is the original balanced lightsaber stunt saber. This is the lightsaber that Michelle C. Smith did that video where she did the butterfly kick and flipped it around her. This is the saber that she used. This is the model that she used for that video. They came out with this in 2015, and I was like 2 months late discovering that they had these. And within those 2 months, I couldn't get one, and I couldn't find one for years and years and years and years and years until last year I discovered saberflux.com. Saberflux.com makes better versions of this. FlowSaber's making a V2, so I can't say they make the best version yet. I don't know. We'll have to see what FlowSaber does with their V2 before I, can say whose model is actually the better model. I will say Saberflux model is better than this model. In terms of weight, overall weight, length, and just in general usability. That being said, this is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful hilt. Overall, 110% love the design of it, the aesthetics of it. Love it. But I got the Saberfluxes last year. And I didn't get into spinning because I wanted specifically a stunt saber, a flow saber, right? A flow art style flow sword. And so when I found Saberflux, I was like, all right, we're doing this. We're going head first into it and not looking back. And that's exactly what's happened here. So a few Force Fix lightsabers. The Force FX lightsabers are pretty cool. There's so many good replicas and brands out there for lightsabers now. It's just like, I want all the sticks. I want all the sticks. Were you nervous performing in front of a motherfucking Sith Lord at Disney? First of all, he's not even a real Sith Lord. He's a Knight of Ren, which is like fake Sith Lord. So no, I was not nervous. Besides, what's he gonna do? Pull out his lightsaber? Nah, dog. I'd take him in a fight. Nothing. Skywalker blood. Psh, nothing. I got this. No, it was pretty cool. I've done enough stupid shit in public to not really get nervous in front of crowds anymore. Maybe a little excitement beforehand, but definitely nothing that's like debilitating nerves. So 0 out of 10 would clap his cheeks. Yeah. Yeah, I could take Kylo. I definitely could take Kylo. He ain't even a real Sith Lord. We all know he's pulling back towards the light. We all seen the 9th movie. We all seen it. I want to go and talk shit so much, but I just don't want to get kicked out. That's the thing. Like those first few videos I made where I'm like super aggressive to Kylo, I'm surprised. I probably should have taken it a little step back. I probably shouldn't have been that aggressive, but I was so excited and like I didn't know, you know, just how much I could get away with, and so I went in with a little bit more gusto. Now what I do is I just, you know, I let them approach me and I let them say things, and I'll just say stuff back as long as I can. But yeah, it's so funny because so many people on there are like, oh, I can't believe you do that. I can't believe you get kicked out. That's what they want people to do. That is really what they want them to do. You know, they want those characters out engaging with people, and they want them to engage with people who are going to make a performance back, because what that does is makes everyone around them have more fun and be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Engaged into the world. I think that's so interesting. Cool LEDs in the background. That's my computer. It's a beast. Water cooled, 3080 GeForce, RTX, all that stuff. Yeah, it's easier for the actors to get a response versus people just not saying anything back. And you know, of course, people will say, well, it's for the children so that they can, you know, send them out and engage with kids. And it's just like, you know, those actors are so fucking sick of dealing with kids all day long. Like, okay, yeah, a couple of them are cute, especially the ones that are dressed up. And then, you know, those engagements are really fun to watch on YouTube later. But you have to assume that the actors who are playing these characters want to actually fucking play around, want to play with the people. And that's exactly why they go up to people and pull people they want out of the crowd. That's what they do. Every single time I've engaged with an actor, minus that one first Kylo instance. There's every other instance, it's been the actors coming up to me and saying stuff to me. So. Wish I had money to buy a PC, but for now I have a PS5. I saved up for 2 years to get all the parts for my PC. I saved up for a long time, and then I splurged all the money, and once I was done splurging all the money, I was really sad to look at my bank account, but it was worth it, so. Been meaning to reach out and ask you about your hammock dome you made. I thought you remember sharing the blueprint. Yeah, here, let's do this. So, fun fact, if you're interested in not building one yourself, I could sell you mine or build you one. However, if I build you one, I have to go home to Minnesota and spend a few weeks there to do it. So, the price might change a little, fluctuate a little bit depending on what that would be. That being said, I'm gonna take this off. This is gonna be the last thing I do before we end the stream for tonight. Thank you for all for watching. But the website that you're gonna go to is called domarama.com. You go /calculators, and then you're gonna come down here and you're gonna see where all of these examples are. The one that I built is a V5 Mexican octahedral. What you do then is you find whatever value you want your longest bar to be. For example, when I built mine, I said I want my longest bar in this setup to be 5 feet long. That way I know all the bars will fit within a 5-foot trunk space, right? So you go 5 in this area and you go calculate, and boom, all the values are there. Spherical radius, diameter, height, floor area, perimeter. This is the longest one, 5-foot bar. All the other bars are a little shorter, a few inches shorter, up to 3 feet, foot and a half shorter. Then you click on this right here. That's how it's assembled. It's broken down into a color pattern which shows you exactly what specific style, what length bar goes where and how to assemble everything. And it's as simple as cutting the pipes, squishing the ends flat, drilling holes. That's it. That's all there is to it. And once you're done with it, you can put it together. You probably need a couple of people to put it together, to help you put it together. You put bolts in and you tighten them down, and you guide yourself a nice little hippie hammock community, hippie community stuff. So yeah, that's how I built my dome, and that is exactly how I would build you a dome if you were interested in buying one from me. We can talk about exactly what your dimensions would be if you're interested in doing that. But if you have access to a metal shop, do it yourself. It's going to be cheaper. It just will be. It'll be easier than you think it'll be, and it'll be cheaper. The hardest part is squishing the ends. So getting a hydraulic press. I'm in Cali if you were to sell it. Yeah, man. My dome is in Minnesota right now, and I do have a gig where I'm renting it out in July. But after that, I'd be happy to sell it to you, and I'm going back to Cali. So if you're interested, email me. Email me, iamthejest@gmail.com. We can talk about some details on how you'd want to go about doing this. Ever thought of a dome like that? Let's try to save for one. Bro, if you want to be instantly popular at festivals, build a dome and bring it with you. Get 2 people to help you set it up, and then all of a sudden you have the most space, you have the coolest canopy, and you have hammocks everywhere. And I swear you will be the most popular person in your entire sector. Promise. But thanks again for watching, guys. I am going to call it a night. Same time, same place next week, Central Time. 7 p.m. I'm going back to that normal schedule, no matter where I am in the States. 7 p.m. Central Time, Thursday nights for the stream on YouTube. You can also catch me over on TikTok streaming games and sabers more often. But yeah, thanks again for watching this Thursday night, and remember, it's better to be weird than boring, and may the force be with you.